There you go.
Okay. I'll start out with an Irish tune. Here's the mic. Shema lake ma yellow mar, Shema hazer halamar, Sona shena vora sven, a queen again ma yellow mar. Grief and pain are all we know, our hearts, our soul, our tears do flow. We saw him go a quick way, oh, no word we have of him, Macon. Shema lake ma yellow mar, Shema hazer halamar, Sona shena vora sven, a queen again ma yelamar. A proud and gallant chevalier, a high-born skyne of gentle means, a fiery blade engaged to lead, he'll brave the bravest in the field. Shema lake ma yellow mar, Shema hazer halamar, Sona shena vora sven, a queen again ma yelamar. I ran out of, I'm not done yet, not done yet. I just ran out of breath there for a second. What's the next verse now? Oh, okay. That's as far as that's going to go. I ran out of breath and I forgot the last verse. You know. Basically, it means here's to our hero. He's our gallant hero. He is our Caesar. He's our gallant hero. We have known no joy, no peace since our gallant hero has gone far away. And it's like from the late 18th century, it's about Bonnie Prince Charlie, Charles Edward Albert Stuart. Yeah, and they kicked him out and sent him to France, and where he had a lot of illegitimate children and drank himself to death, I think. Very Irish. So anyway, I've been thinking about this a lot, you know, about what I'm going to do, and I think the theme is sort of mythology of a place. But I'm going to start with the Dylan Thomas poem, In My Craft and Sullen Art. In my craft or sullen art, exercised in the still night, when only the moon rages and the lovers lie abed with all their griefs in their arms, I labor by singing light, not for ambition or bread, or the strut and trade of charms on the ivory stages, but for the common wages of their most secret heart. Not for the proud man apart from the raging moon I write on these spindrift pages, nor for the towering dead with their nightingales or songs, but for the lovers, their arms round the griefs of the ages, who pay no praise or wages, nor heed my craft or art. That's Dylan. Like I've heard you've heard me say before, Dylan is sort of the godfather of all of this. The readings and traveled across America in 1951 through 1953 when he died. I think he did 3 tours of the United States, read in Berkeley. There's recordings of him over in Berkeley, and I think in Masonic Temple here in San Francisco.
Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage against the
dying of the light. Yeah, and poetry reading sort of started after that. I mean, the reading, the 6th Gallery, people who were involved in that said that Dylan's readings had a profound influence on them doing that, so we owe him something. And Dylan always said that you should read other people's work at readings, not just your own, and you should. You have 3 reasons for that. 1, you're telling people, this is someone I like, you should read this person. Then you're telling them what your tradition is. And then thirdly, he was saying, I'm as good as this son of a bitch. So, you know, so I like to start with Dylan. You know?
And are you as good as that son of a bitch?
No. Anyway. So this is one by me, and this is on the theme of myth, called Myth. Do you regard me as rumor who strokes the marrow inside your bones and strays with the gases that spit new stars, who made bold with your mothers' mothers, who took dominions of mothers and designated them epochs by presiding at gravesides, at couplings, all living and dying again and again? Do you regard me as rumor, who sat unmoved by the wrath of Achilles or Hecuba's pleas, who entails all justice and cruelty with an equal ease, who unveils the mystery of a corpse and a seed, who draws the living to the crucis of vanity, to annihilation, to making and breaking again and again? Do you regard me as rumor, who knew the answer to old summer's question, why is man born to suffer and die? Who knew what lay in the Gordian knot and knew what lost when it was cut? Who honors the dead when you do not? Do you regard me as rumor, who can free lightning and dance with the fire, yet lost my head on the midsummer's pyre? Well, I am no more a rumor than the thing that bites you in the sanctuary of your bed.
Yeah.
These poems are some of the oldest poems I wrote, and there's 3 of them. And they all took place, it basically takes place on a single day. And these poems were basically when I finally decided, yeah, I'm actually a poet. And it was Solstice Day in Sligo, in Ireland, in 1992. And a number of things happened. I received the poem. I went climbed this mountain, Knocknarea, name of one of the books that's over there. And I had this poem whispered in my ear, and that's one of these. And I was when I went to see this wood carver, Michael Quirke, who's a sculptor, and he's also a bard. This man asked Michael a question about the old gods and heroes, and he can go on for hours and hours relating these stories, and the man is just gifted with the gift of gab. The guy's so full of blarney you wouldn't believe it. And Michael told me, when I told him I was going to climb Knocknarea, he told me, he says, well, you have to take a stone up with you. You got to carry a stone, and you got to lay the stone up on the cairn. Make sure you don't take a stone from the cairn, but add a stone to the cairn, because there's this huge 40-foot tall mound of stone on the top of this mountain. So there's 3 poems about this day. The first one's called Michael Quirke. Michael Quirke is a singer of songs of the old gods and heroes in oil-rubbed and scented woods, carved into shields and trees and axis mountains, emblems of giant pigs and honorable hounds, and the wise and prophetic salmon, and everywhere spins the spiral. Michael Quirke, the diviner of space, with arms that look like maps of rivers, cuts, and lures these songs from wood to air. Michael Quirke says, now, you know, I prefer to spiral to the yin and yang, because if you have a yin and you have a yang, well, you can have half a yin or a yang, but you can't have half a spiral. With the spiral, it's all or nothing. And you know what you have when you have a yin